Yes, father confirm, it's your boy Foxy P in the building. I like your boy. The chopper of them on the fryer and plantain. Yes, 1995, 1999 Igbo champion. First Igbo governor of Lagos State. But once I yes, can I say yes, we fit. Yes, father confirm.
So we're back. This is part 2. We actually had to leave outside because we were losing light and it was getting cold. But welcome again to another episode of the Africa Today Show, Foxy P. And I have my father in the building. So, I even made a mistake. I didn't even talk about you in general. So my father is a man who was born in the 40s, lived in Nigeria before independence, was able to accomplish so much from a very humble background. He's an Igbo man who lived in the north, moved to the west, went to government secondary school, Owerri. Then from there went to University of Ife. There was a question that came through that almost 80% of the people who I asked submit questions, that was the one thing everybody wanted to talk about. But 80% of the questions were about your thoughts on the current Biafra agitation. I mean, we got this question, whether it's from Owayo Dimigen, I gave our own side of it, Damo Aliogo gave his own side of it, even Jason gave his own side of it. He said, after what you experienced, being that, you saw the Civil War, what do you think about this current move or agitation for Biafra?
Yeah. Those of us that saw the war wouldn't want to see another war. The statistics of those who died could be those who died in the war front.
Mm-hmm.
The mortality behind the lines were a lot greater. For instance, how many of my uncles did you meet?
Not many. I think the only people, Uncle Nana, like those, Uncle Nana's dad.
Did you meet him?
I think yeah. Not his, not Nana. I'm talking about Nana in Sulerio.
Okay.
That lived with us briefly.
Okay.
Those ones are the ones that, not the grandfather, I didn't see.
Okay.
So that side, I never saw any of those.
That's it. So anybody that lived through the war wouldn't want to see a war again. Because if there's war, you are right as a human being, it's lost completely. Okay, you are just living by the day.
Mm-hmm.
Then people were subjected to eating inhuman items like lizards, cassava leaf, rats, things you never expect a human being to eat. They became delicacies because of the war. People lost opportunities. I, in particular, lost 3 years of study because of the war. In my opinion, there's no need going to war. But another thing, there's a benefit. Any situation that is bad also has benefits. It really opened the entrepreneurship of a typical Igbo man. He had no explosives to fight the war. Then he built a bomb, called Ojuku bucket.
Mm-hmm.
It's simply explosive that when it explodes, it spreads the iron that is made. Anything it touches, it causes it up. Coconut oil became brake fluid.
Coconut oil.
Coconut oil.
So from the coconut they get the oil.
They get the oil. Right.
They use it as brake fluid in cars. And
yes. Every division had a refinery. And what is a refinery? Drums connected. Then the crude oil distilled in such a way that you obtain kerosene, you obtain petrol, to run your division.
Mm-hmm.
So people like us were suggesting, why don't Nigeria, because there's a scarcity of oil, why not pick up that science and develop it in such a way that every village or every local government will have a
small refinery.
And you don't have to use drums, because that time it's drums that were used.
So during the war, we were able to
yes, to refine
crude
to
into.
refine-
You're talking about the
that's
60s now. So something that was done
Yes.
almost 50 years ago.
That's it. We're
Wow.
able to, refine crude.
Mm-hmm.
And then medicine and all whatnots were developed. The resourcefulness of an Igbo man came out. So that's a benefit that I wish should be carried through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, instead of thinking of another war again,
to fight. Yeah.
let that spirit of Biafra, which is hardworking, entrepreneurship, resourcefulness, let every Biafran live with it, no matter where you are. Show it. If you are in Russia, show it. If you are in America, show it. Let that Biafran blood flow on you, flow within you. Investment, because if you put a typical Igbo man in a desert, give him time, he'll convert it as an oasis. That's why some of them claim relationship with, as far as I'm concerned, I'm from Isukwato and you are from Isukwato. we don't have any Israeli blood.
I talked about it on Africa Today show. People were trying to fight with me, B. They say I'm denying my Jewish heritage and I'm a saboteur. I said my father has never told me.
You're not.
My father has never told me that I have Israeli blood in me or that there's anything Jewish in me. So you're saying that there's a correlation, like just because we're just as industrious and we're able to make the good out of a bad situation, people are now using that to liken us to another ethnic group.
In fact, that's why the war stretched to 3 years.
Really?
Yes.
So if we were not as resourceful as we were, the war would have ended.
They just march across you and then you know.
So that is true though. By being able to get you have a Bunigwe, the bomb, they built tanks.
Yes.
They were able to create. I knew that they were distilling crude oil into petrol. I didn't know they were making brake fluid and things like that.
Yes, brake fluid.
So that extended the war where we were still able to fight longer than we should have been able to.
Yes. So with that spirit, let Biafrans live that spirit.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking of creating a geographical place called Biafra, it can't exist. Where is it as at now? Where do you pick as the capital? Then when you start thinking of the leader, because there's already a split in
IPOB,
yes. So when you start, who will be the leader? Who will be the president?
So when they say the capital now, you don't think we'll be able to agree? Anambra people will not. More people will say. But people are saying that based off of the way Igbos are treated in Nigeria right now, the marginalization of the Igbo man, the fact that we went from, if you think about pre-colonialism, perhaps you had the best schools, roads, infrastructure, compared to now, where there's almost nothing going on from an economical standpoint. People are suffering. There's, the roads. In Isukwato then, the erosion that we have.
Yes.
Ever since I was a child, I remember that erosion has been there. Successive governments have come and gone, and nothing is happening. So the youth are there, and they are frustrated about that.
Yes.
Hence their decision that they want Biafra. So what do you think about that? Do you agree that there really is a problem that needs to be addressed?
Yes.
And do you think that the solution to that is going for Biafra?
The solution of it, I'm one of them that I agree, that say that solution of our problem wouldn't be, it's not going for Biafra. Because one, the international law and the law of Nigeria doesn't allow secession. So you cannot secede. Two, if you want to force yourself out, are you ready to defend it? The little turbulence in Abia State, everybody ran into his room, so you can't defend it. And then if you have a force to defend it, other friends of Nigeria will mass force together to come and subdue you.
Right.
So I wouldn't want us to pass through that experience again.
Yeah.
So what I expect, yes, people, they don't like you, they don't want you, but you like yourself, you want yourself. So live that Biafran spirit. Be resourceful, be an entrepreneur, wherever you are. Whatever you are doing, do it with dignity. If you are digging the ground, dig it as a Biafran, dig it very well. And get paid. That's what made the Igbo man. As soon as the war finished, there were 20 pounds were handed to families. Yes, 20 pounds, 40 naira.
Right.
Yes, no matter what money you have as Biafran money, you are given 20 pounds. And they moved. Within 1 year or 2 years, you see their business exploding. Yes.
Wow.
So, to the eyes of people they are living with, they say, now we took everything these people had in the 60s and they ran away. Now they've grown again. The best thing is to give them quick notice so that they go away again and leave these things for us. You know? So, it's not Biafra as a geographical location, forget it. Biafran as in mind, and mind of everybody, mind of every child that we are bringing up. Take it, it's useful. Know that those people around you, they don't like you, but you like yourself. And start doing things that if you start making things, say in Enugu, it's an industry where you make carvings, very good carvings, or you go to where there's an agricultural product that people are producing there. People will come from Lagos, from wherever, to buy those things we are making. When I was working in the bank, we were going to Aba to buy our suits.
Wow.
Yes. We don't even go. Somebody
was bringing.
Yes, who makes the suit?
Yeah.
We bring it. Each bank, because our uniform is suits.
Suits now, yeah.
Every bank has somebody from Aba that brings the suits. Better than the ones we were buying from UK, from US, from France, from Germany.
When did the term Aba made become that, see that shoe where that one go buy, you know, Aba made, or see that suit, Aba made? When did it become a bad thing? Because, you know, I'm thinking about it now. There's so many, the tailoring, Mma's father is not from tailoring.
Yes.
That he made his own wealth.
Yes.
The garment industry in Aba has always been good to Igbo people. But when did it turn into, I would rather go outside the country than get something from Aba? To the extent that even Aba people now had to start putting label. You know, Aba, they will make shoe and then put made in Italy.
Yes. And if you look at that shoe, there's no different from that shoe, from the one bought from an Italian shop. They get the shoes, they open it up, and then cut their leather to that one. And then because we are used to buying things made abroad, you know, people will, they put label made in Italy and people buy it. Just our textile industry, there was a textile industry in Lagos, after producing textile, takes it over just across to Benin Republic. Nigerians will go there and buy it. That is a foreign one.
Yes. They won't buy it from Nigeria there. They won't buy it from Lagos there.
No, it's made in Nigeria.
Wow.
They prefer a foreign. So the man, you know, they were moving their textile to Benin Republic. Nigerians will go to Benin Republic to buy it.
To buy it instead.
You know.
So in conclusion on the Biafra thing, what do you think would be a good way to subdue the situation now? When you're dealing with young people, the youth, with my generation, when it gets hot like that, just having that youthful exuberance, we really get into it. What would be the best way now to calm everything down? You know, what do you think of the future now? You know, whether it's regarding Nnamdi Kanu and people like him, you know, the young people who are just fed up with the way things are right now in Igbo land. What would be a good suggestion as somebody who's older, who has seen what can happen if we go the wrong direction?
The best way is to know what gave rise to this. Okay? If we know what caused it, then we'll be able to attack it from the source.
Right.
The agitation for Biafra is born out of neglect of Southeast in employment, industries, general neglect of Southeast. That's what created the agitation of Biafra. Okay, and then the governments there in Southeast and are not doing enough for these youths. They will continue growing in number. You know, anybody that is 14 years today, by the time you open your eyes and close, he's 21.
That's true.
You know, and he has left university, he doesn't have a job, and there's no future for him. Then when he sees people running around, running in the streets and carrying flags, maybe after carrying that flag, they go somewhere, they distribute some little money to them. He joins them.
Of course.
You know, so attack it from the root. Start thinking. The youth themselves, let them realize, bear that Biafran spirit within them, spirit of determination. You know, survival no matter what.
Right.
And then be positive about it. Do something. Be ready to do something. Government, help these youths to do something. So long as their hands are idle, so long as they are idle hands going about in it, any other Nnamdi Kanu may arise and they'll carry the flag and follow him. But if you say, you are Igbos, we are neglected at the center, we shouldn't neglect ourselves. You know, what can you do? What can you do? Create markets so that those people are employed.
Right.
That's it. That's what it will stop the agitation. The agitation is not for Biafra per se. The agitation is neglect and then impoverishing people of the Southeast.
Right.
Okay. Then those up there, the senators and House of Reps and the governors, wouldn't talk loud because they don't. They feel that their job, their resources, is threatened
By trying to align with.
Yeah. Yes. If you have an appointment and they know you're aligning with them, and the next day so you feel that they are going to dismiss you. They are going to lose their position. You know.
So are you saying that even those senators, House of Rep, they know that we're being marginalized? Do you feel like they acknowledge that fact? Does it also hurt them as well? Do they feel, because you know, the marginalization is different for a young boy who just graduated from ABSU, who doesn't have a job.
Yes.
Or a secondary school leaver who's just trying to get a small factory job there in Aba and is unable to because there's no businesses that are open that are hiring. You know, compared to a senator or House of Rep or a major businessman, would you say that even on the high level, the marginalization is felt? Because for someone like you, now you've given me some examples of you being an Igbo man in the banking industry and what you experienced in your own type of marginalization based off of your ethnicity.
Marginalization to those people that are members of the House, senators and so forth. I will say that they are selfish because the governors too, they are getting enough for their pockets and for their immediate families and wouldn't think of others.
Right.
You know, so the war now, you know, instead of carrying flag as Biafra to look for Biafra, what they should look for is the rich, because the middle class have been completely cleaned up. You now have very poor people and then very rich there.
Right.
Yes. There's something I was reading up. You know, they say the poor Hausa man is a vulcanizer, poor Igbo man is a vulcanizer, poor Yoruba man, vulcanizer, poor Hausa man, a Okada rider, Igbo Okada rider. You know, that you already have a union to fight against the rich that have kept you down there. You know, they share the money there, nothing comes down to create jobs for the poor people. So the way forward is create jobs for these individuals. So long as they are idle, they continue creating problems for the government.